Welcome, Spiritual Update, brought to you by spiritualmag.org. Well, it's a few days left here before the elections, and the outcome is questionable. So each of us need to appreciate that it's a moment in the history of the United States where the Constitution will be discarded or maintained. So the maintenance of the Constitution is everyone's responsibility as civilians. And as civilians, we have the rights and the forward movement in elevating consciousness in terms of a volunteer civilian organization to bring the consciousness of individuals that the Constitution as it's written and the Bill of Rights and states' rights is a solid foundation for a government and a healthy environment. So that means you. It means you. It doesn't mean your neighbor, it means you. And it means you because in a few months, it's going to be possible for the United States to disappear. You know what I mean? In terms of election fraud, potentially. So, as a civilian corps, it would mean that your intentions are for the United States of America to have a constitution. The United States of America have a constitution and a Bill of Rights and states' rights. So it's based on a foundation of the civilians in the area of the state, the region. So as civilians, what you could do is, as a civilian corps specifically is what I'm focusing on. You need to participate in some sort of expressive skills to increase your environment and the health and of yourself and the people around you. Because the environment might be changing somewhat, you know, and we need to all cooperate and participate in elevated consciousness. Now, there's a multitude of problems that are presenting themselves, and all of them can be solved with elevating consciousness, which is you specifically. And the way you treat yourself and the way you treat others is the most important thing. It is the most important thing in the long term, whether you realize it or not. So, to make changes in support of the Constitution, states' rights, and Bill of Rights is really kind of simple. You just do legal stuff that a civilian has the right to do. You're not going to do something illegal. Only do legal things. And if everyone does that, then things can change in a direction that after a generation or two, it's improved. And that's what we need to focus on now, because it's an important time for the planet to desensitize the individual in different environments, enhancing their own environment. Usually it has to do, believe it, with your food intake and hydration, things like that. It'll make a big difference in ongoing meditation. Hi, Kitty. So, now, okay, a big deal. I understand. You think, well, what's the big deal? Well, the aspect is the whole thing is going to change. Everything's going to change dramatically. Everything's going to change dramatically. It's going to be a big, big, big learning experience for you and for me and for all of us. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm suggesting if you treat yourself the way you want to be treated. That's the easiest way to get from this 3D dimension into a more loving space. And at the same time, this environment, we can have a lot of help, spiritual help, from other aspects of divine source to improve the planet. And we need to do that now. In conclusion, the most underutilized resource on this planet, of all the different resources on this planet, the most underutilized resource is women, especially for consciousness elevation. Women lead the way. The female aspect is very, very important. Okay? Very, very important. So, prayers and meditation go together. Praying is sending thought forms to creative source, and meditating is listening for the response. You need to meditate if you're going to pray. It goes hand in hand. Because the answer is, of course, within you. Because of entanglement, your soul is interacting directly with Prime Source. You are a spark of the divine. And you're an eternal being, so the thing to do, a suggestion is, as things get more challenging, governors take control of their jurisdictions, freedom of movement between states of goods and services and individuals will be monitored more closely, then certain governors will, with the use of the Constitution, to voting, legally vote out the... And what will happen is the governors, the ethical governors, are going to group together and form a new government. And I've called that government the States United of America. The States United of America, based on the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and states' rights. Based on the things that are supposed to be enforced, that are real, in the Constitution. So some states are going to, go where they want to go. That's what it's going to be. And what that means is, it's going to be an opportunity for you to elevate your consciousness. It's a big deal. You're going to need to elevate your consciousness to get from here to there to the other side, because I just say that enclose yourself and all your loved ones with the white light of the Holy Spirit. That would be the thing. Visualize yourself in embryonic bubble of white light. Okay? You and all your loved ones are always in my prayers. Spiritual Mag. Hi, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on. Hey, kitty, kitty.